Tuesday. Okay. I am so excited to be here with all of you. As you can tell, I am in a very special place. I'm not in my typical office where you usually see me going live. I happen to be in Colorado Springs right now. Actually, Nathan and I flew to Colorado Springs from Nashville early this morning for a 2-day trip to for our anniversary, and I did a podcast episode or recording interview about an hour ago here in the Something New studio, which is a bridal studio here in Colorado Springs, but a super powerhouse woman, entrepreneur, building an amazing company. And we were talking about health and detox and all the exciting things. And so, first of all, before I get started, I want to just know who here is so excited about what's been happening over the last 2 weeks. How many of you still feel like you're gaining results, you're gaining traction, you're building momentum in your health? I've heard from so many women who are even saying things like they're getting their life back. Their whole life is beginning to shift. And honestly, like, all detox aside and all products aside, why we're really here is because every single one of us, you have something inside of you that is crying out to do more and be more. And there's a longing inside of you. And that is really why we're here. So I'm going to share some story, and I wanted to get everyone in a room together because the team and I have been talking, and we've just been working on some stuff. And I'm like, man, so many ladies have been asking, how can we stay connected and how can we stay involved and how can we continue on in this great community? And so, the first key thing is I've talked so much about my own personal health journey, my own journey as an entrepreneur. And in October of last year, many of you have actually heard the story, but I've been really thinking a lot about what's happened with Seth. I actually had an experience yesterday where I was doing work, and there's two really loud ambulances that were driving down the road. So my son in October had a near-death accident, and I was in the hospital with him for 6 days, my husband and I, and we were away from our other children. And when we first got to the accident scene, I didn't know if what was happening, and I didn't know if he was going to make it. And that 6 days was a time for me to really come face to face with, what am I really doing to help women move their lives forward? As I was watching them pump all these medicines and of course toxins into his body to keep him alive, and then to keep him, like, obviously he had to have surgery and his jaw was wired shut for 2 months. And I just kept thinking about, I remember there was a baby right next door to us in the ER, and the baby was crying all through the night. And I just thought about, man, there's so many people who have lost hope, and so many people who are struggling in their health, but even more than that, like, they've lost their way in life. And so what I want to share with you tonight, first of all, is just this power of remembering why you're doing what you're doing. What is your why in life? And why is it that you continue to get up every morning? Why is it that you continue to pursue whatever it is that you're pursuing? Maybe it's a career, maybe it's being at home with your children, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's pursuing faith and relationships and growth. But for me, sitting in that room, I came face to face with my own personal calling and what I've been doing to serve and help women. And of course, many of you have been following me for years and years and years, and you've watched me, back in 2015. I remember we were in just a season, we were serving as worship pastors. We had come out of being youth pastors for years, and in 2015, we were worship pastors, and I was being told constantly by certain people that, Jamie, your only lot in life is you should just be at home with your kids. You shouldn't be owning a business or doing any of these other things. And I remember thinking, God, I just want you to show me what your design for femininity is. And I want to be the best mother you've called me to be. And I want to be the best wife you've called me to be. And I want to be an entrepreneur that stewards the vision that you've given me well. And he took me on a journey through the scriptures, and I I dug deep into the story of Deborah and Esther and Proverbs 31. And there was even a story. I'll tell you a story here that's really powerful. This story in the Bible gets missed so much. It's not a story that we talk about, but there's this very obscure woman in the Bible, and basically there was this situation that was happening, and there was a man who was attacking King David, and so the captain of David's army was like, "King, please let us go and find this bad guy and take him down so that he's no longer trying to bring you down." And so King David was like, "Go for it." And so this army went from city to city. And back then, of course, cities were fortified with walls. And it's in the Bible, it says that it took 2 days to batter down this door. And finally, they were about to like start battering down this door, and this woman came out and she's like, "Hey, stop. We're friends of the king. We've been a friend to King David. What do you need?" And so they took her to the captain of the army, and he said, um, "What is it that you need, woman?" Because she was like, "Stop." And she said, "I've been a friend of the king. What do you need from us? What is it? Why are you trying to tear down our city?" And he said, "Well, we're actually just trying to find this bad guy so that we can take him down and protect the king." She said, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into the city, and we're going to find this bad guy, and we're going to chop his head off, and we're going to throw his head over the wall. And when that happens, you know that your victory has been won." And I remember the first time I ever read that story, I thought to myself, this is how we need to handle fear in our life. This is how we need to handle anything that would hold us back and misalign us from the calling that God has placed in our life. This is how we need to address the enemy. And remember, the enemy is not people, the enemy is not our circumstances, the enemy are the things that we don't see. It's the mental battle, it's the spiritual forces, and fear is one of them, and doubt is one of them, and not considering what God, the price that Jesus has paid for us, so that we could step out and live a life worthy of our calling. And so, as I was going through this journey in 2015, the Her Effect was birthed. And so, I want to share a little bit about this because after going through the 10-day challenge, I have spent years and years and years serving women, being on stages and being in rooms of thousands of women and hearing their pain. And I've waited so long to create something that would truly serve women so that I could take my knowledge, my experience, everything that I've done and built in business, and everything that I've done and built in my 21 years as a wife, and everything that I've done and built as a mother of 5 boys. And I've waited a long time to put something together that would truly serve women at the highest level. And, we launched the Alchemy Code experience, but there were a lot of women that were like, "I really want to be a part of something, but I can't be a part of that." And so, actually, it was my team that came to me and they were like, "Jamie, we think it's time for you to like step out and do this thing that your heart has just been longing for so long." And Cassidy, my podcast producer, and she's also she does social media for us, and she is like an amazing teammate. And she put together this whole idea based on everything that I've ever ideated and everything I've ever dreamt about and put together. And she's like, "Here, I'm presenting to you your vision." And I was like, this is what women have been waiting for. And we were all celebrating today because we were like, man, this truly is the beginning of something so powerful. So I want to share with you what I created. Let me know in the comments right now if you would like to know what I've created for all of you. I know this is truly the beginning of the movement that I feel called to ultimately, which is the Her Effect, which is empowering women to live a life worthy of the calling they received, live a life according to their destiny so that they can build successful and profitable businesses and be powerful mothers in their homes and not miss out in life. Years ago, I asked over 1,000 women what their greatest fear was, and so many of them, I would say 99% of women said, my greatest fear is missing out, not living my life fully, missing out on moments with my children. And I just want to do the thing that I know I'm called to do. Like, I don't want to miss a moment. And so what we've done is we've put together what's called the Empower Tribe. You can see right here in the top right corner, it says Empower. And this is ultimately like it's the beginning stages of the Her Effect, where eventually we're going to have amazing retreats and events. But I wanted an opportunity to pour into you every day and to do live coaching with you every month. And so what this Empower Tribe is you're going to get a text message from me every single day. These are text messages. They're actually messages from my time with the Lord. They're messages from my experiences. They are wisdom and unlocks and catalysts for your growth and your unlock. And so you're going to get a text message from me 5 days a week, and every month we're going to come together as a group, and I'm going to coach, and we're going to go all in, and we're going to do Q&As. And it doesn't matter if it's marriage, or it doesn't matter if it's business. We're going to do hot seats, and it's going to be an opportunity to go deep, but it's also an opportunity for us to begin building the tribe of women who are truly putting a stake in the ground and saying, I'm going to take care of my body. I'm going to steward the vision that God has called me to, and I'm going to pour my life out the way that God has called me to and steward my family well and my marriage well. And so this Empower Tribe, you can go to empowerdaily.com. And as you can see, it's EMPOWHER daily, empowerdaily.com. And what this is basically it's a tribe membership. This is $97 a month. And so I think about what kind of an investment that is. How much, if you're a business owner right now, how much you're going to actually be able to make back, 100-fold just from this investment, because you're going to be pouring into yourself. This is about nurturing yourself. It's about me being able to pour into you. It's about me pouring wisdom into you, and you saying yes to. If you have resonated with my message, if you have resonated with this community. We have women right now who are in our Detox to Destiny community. We have women who are in our Her Effect community. We have women all around here who have been following me for years and just waiting for the moment when I'm going to actually start something like this. And so for everybody, every one of you, here's what's going to happen. If you go to Empower Daily, you're going to see that you're going to earn, you're going to be able to get there's a couple other things in that offer. So it's Becoming Her Mastery courses in there. Actually, Cassidy, can you text me right now and remind me, because we included some amazing other bonuses when you join. So you're going to get a t-shirt from us, an Empower Tribe t-shirt, which I'm so excited about. But you can go to the website right now and actually see what's all involved. But ladies, I want the opportunity to, and the entrepreneur foundations. And so entrepreneur is something that I've never actually launched to the world, but it's the basic premise and principles, the foundation for building a successful and profitable business. And 7 pillars of being a woman. So 7 pillars of a woman PDF that you can print out, Becoming Her Mastery course. And so these are all included when you join the Empower Tribe. So ladies, I feel like I have just given birth twice. We had Detox to Destiny. It was a huge success. We had over 5,000 women join us in this detox, both off and online. We had over 1,000 women say, yes, I want more for my body. I want more for my life. I want more for my future, more for my family, more for myself. And 5,000 women in 2 weeks, when we started casting the net and saying, hey, come on, come all, 5,000 women. Can you imagine? I just keep picturing it a year from now, thousands of women in a room together, locking arms, sharing stories, sharing hearts, empowering each other, being a catalyst for others' growth. Just as iron sharpens iron, here's the key thing. There's a really powerful scripture that says, no eye has seen and no ear has heard and no mind can imagine those things the Lord has in store for those who love him. And so one of the things that I did when I started to really grow, when I went from farmers markets to $1 million in less than 6 months in my business, it was because I started to think differently. I started to do differently, and I started getting into a different room. I started getting around people who were thinking differently and doing big things, and they were successful people. And I wanted that. I wanted to create more for my family, and so I started investing myself. So this is an opportunity, if this resonates with you, to invest in yourself, to nurture yourself, to become a part of a tribe that truly together we're going to do great things. And I'm excited to pour into you. I will hold nothing back. Here's the great thing, too. Whether it's my podcast or on a stage, I don't hold anything back. And so this is going to be some of my most intimate messages and my time with the Lord I'll be sharing with you over text. And so you'll get that every single day. The Bible says to renew your mind daily to the truth. And so these messages will be messages of truth, empowerment, life-giving, and as iron sharpens iron. And who doesn't want more of that in their life? So ladies, go to empowerdaily.com if you want to join. And we're going to kick off this text crew on April 1st. And more news coming soon about our first Her Effect event. We are working diligently. Our whole team, we're putting together a retreat conference that is going to just rock your world. And I believe truly, come a few years from now, we're going to be packing stadiums out with women who are something that I said years ago that I believe is becoming more and more true, is that the greatest force the world has ever seen is coming from female entrepreneurs. It's coming from the entrepreneurial sector, because we can truly change the world. And when women put a stake in the ground and say yes, and again, going back to that Matthew Arnold quote, if there ever comes a day when the women of the world come together purely and simply for the benefit of mankind, it will be a force such as the world has never known. So I want to encourage you. Join us, join me, let me pour into you. I can't wait for this. This is truly the beginning of something great. So enjoy your night. And if I've got my lemon water here, don't forget to drink some lemon water tonight. And I will see you on April 1st. And for all of our amazing detoxers, all of our detox beauties, keep going. All of our Her Effect beauties, keep going. Keep fighting the good fight of faith. Keep fighting the good fight of building and growth. And if we're not growing, we're dying. And so keep saying yes to your future. And I'll be here to empower you every step of the way. And so will our team. And so we're all the women here who are saying yes to their futures. So love you all. And I'll see you soon.